For thousands of years, people have gathered around the fire to share stories of forgotten places, strange encounters, and things lurking just beyond the light. Tonight, I'd like to invite you back to that tradition. My name is Elias Blackwood, and I'll be your campfire keeper. So please, move a little closer to the fire. Feel its warmth. Listen to the crackling wood. Because beyond the glow, the Blue Ridge Mountains hold secrets older than memory, and not every legend stays buried. Take a deep breath and keep your eyes on the flames, because once the story begins, you may never look at the woods the same way again. Welcome to Campfire Stories by Uwharrie Outdoor. The Haints and the Holler Folk. Long ago, when these mountains were still wild and forgotten by the world, the Blue Ridge belonged to no man. Only Haints wandered the ridges in deep hollers. They quarreled, stole from one another, played cruel tricks, and scared every traveler foolish enough to cross their paths. They weren't mighty demons or rulers of hell, just the ordinary horned, hairy mountain devils that had nowhere better to be. There were so many of them that no family dared build a cabin here. Folks believed these mountains would remain forever empty, wrapped in mist, and haunted by things that preferred the dark. Back then, the land had no proper name. After all, what do you call a place where only devils feel at home? Then, so the story goes, something strange happened in the underworld. The devil's finest tinkerers began experimenting and created two entirely new breeds of mountain spirits. The first became known as the Haints, mischievous creatures who delighted in frightening travelers, leading hunters astray, and filling lonely nights with whispers. The second were called the Holler Folk. They looked just as wild but possessed an odd weakness for helping honest people. They would guide a lost child home, keep a hunter from walking off a cliff, or quietly leave firewood outside a poor widow's cabin before dawn. Since the two kinds couldn't stop arguing, the devil decided to send them somewhere far away where they could bother no one else. His eye fell upon those unnamed mountains, and the old devils were driven out. The ridges and valleys were filled instead with Haints and Holler Folk. That's when the mountains truly came alive. Now heaven wasn't sure what to do. Wherever evil settles, good should follow. But the angels hesitated. They knew how to deal with ordinary devils, not these peculiar mountain spirits that sometimes scared you one night and saved your life the next. Rather than risk confusing the heavenly order, they stayed above the clouds and let the mountains work things out on their own. The Haints and the Holler Folk solved the matter with the flip of an old silver coin. The Haints would forever tempt travelers into the fog, hide tools, steal moonshine, and make strange noises outside lonely cabins. The Holler Folk would watch over children, protect those who respected the mountains, and help anyone who treated the forests with kindness. Only then did people begin settling the valleys. Families arrived from Scotland, Ireland, Germany, England, and later from every corner of America. They built cabins beside rushing creeks, carved farms into the hillsides, and learned to live with the strange neighbors hiding just beyond the tree line. The people mixed together until nobody could say where one family ended and another began. They simply became mountain folk. And the Haints and the Holler Folk? Well, they're still up there. If you wander the Blue Ridge after sunset and hear someone call your name from the woods, don't answer. But if you're lost, cold, and respectful of the mountains, don't be surprised if a faint lantern appears between the trees, showing you the way home, only to vanish before you can say thank you. That's just the Holler Folk, doing what they've done for longer than anyone can remember. The fire is burning low, and tonight's story has come to an end. Whether it was truth, legend, or something in between, I'll leave that for you to decide. Until we meet again, keep your fire burning, your eyes on the tree line, and remember, not every shadow is empty. Thank you for spending this evening around the fire with me. I'm Elias Blackwood, your campfire keeper. Until next time, sleep well, and welcome back to the mountains whenever you're ready.